Hey everyone, Matt Pisarcik with RazorEmporium.com. Today we're going to be doing a Slant Showdown. We've had a lot of questions and comments from our customers and viewers of our site and YouTube channel that have asked, what's the difference between some of the new modern made slant bar safety razors and how do they compare with the vintage and more of the classic slant bar safety razors. So today I have assembled some of the different razors we're talking about. I have for us, of course, the standard, the Merkur 37C, the standard issue, modern made slant razor we sell on our website, and I'm sure a million other vendors sell on their websites. Currently made out of Germany from Merkur Dovo. The slant bar razor, traditionally, as you see here, is a two-piece razor. It's technically a three-piece. The bottom part does come out with a retaining ring there, but you load your blade right up and you can go ahead and see that slanting action. I'll talk about that more in a second. Brand new on the market today, we have the Icon DLC coated slant bar razor. So the head is coated with a diamond-like kind of coating there. That's to help with some of the staining issues that happen if you leave a blade inside of the head. So that's why it has that coating on there to help prevent those tea tree stainings or blade stains. And of course we have the old vintage classic Hofritz. I have this in the original presentation case. This is something from my collection that I pulled out today for the shave. I used this for a good year or two when I was first starting to safety razor shave, and it's a old classic, and I'm gonna be happy to use it again today for the first time in quite a while. But if you look at the differences across the heads, you know, they're all pretty slanted. And again, the reason these are slanted is to actually help slice through the hair. So if you think about a traditional safety razor design, it uses more of a perpendicular action when the razor blade is hitting your hair, kind of perpendicular, right on a 90-degree angle. And of course it's efficient, it's a razor blade after all, and it's going through human hair. But the Germans, way back in probably as early as the 1930s, 1940s, started saying, well, what if we just took that blade and put it on a slight angle? It would actually create more of a slicing action, almost if you were going to take a razor blade and clean off the glass on your window or something, and you would notice that having a slicing action goes through, you know, that sticker or residue faster than just a straight-on motion. So I'm loading up these safety razors all with the exact same Rapira Swedish steel blade. We just picked these up for our store, and I'm a big fan of them already. They remind me a lot of kind of the Gillette Silver Blue, Gillette Platinum kind of area in terms of how keen and sharp they are. Traditionally, a lot of people love the slant bar razors with the feather blades, and I am a big fan of that. But using three different razors today and showing you these different passes, I was slightly worried about maybe a little bit too harsh of a shave mixing between the different razors. So I thought I would back down just kind of one notch, which is where I think the Rapiras are. They're probably just one notch less than a feather in terms of how aggressive they are. So I'm loading them all up here. And of course, the easiest way to load a safety razor is to always put the top cap in your hand and go and put your blade on, and then just put the guard and then screw the handle. So we got all three of our razors locked and loaded. Today we're going to be using a Synergy shave product. This is the King R Emporium. I'm a little bit biased, I do love it. As you guys know, we released a shaving stick a few weeks ago I guess, and it's been doing really well. It was based off of the idea that way back in the 20s or 30s, Gillette had these shaving sticks that came with their different sets, and we, working with Douglas from How to Grow a Mustache, we had sourced some original shaving sticks from my collection and have kind of recreated the scent. And so I'm kind of happy about this, that now, as of the next week or two, we're going to be releasing this in a full-size format for you guys who like it, not only on the go, but also at home. I'm going to go ahead and kind of get a balance going on my brush here between a good lather, and guys, I'll be doing a face shave, or face lather. So we're going to go ahead and start working that lather right up. Most of the Synergy soaps really do like a good amount of water from my experience. So, you know, individual results may vary. I have a water softener here at the house, and so my lather does spring up a bit faster. When I'm at the shop, we don't have a water softener, so sometimes it's difficult. We actually had a customer that came in today and was asking about some different soap products, and we have a little bar there where they can lather them up just to try them out, and fortunately he was also someone without a water softener, so it worked out. But anywho, I've got a pretty good lather already built here. You see how fast that springs right up? Nice and creamy. I really like to work the lather in. I find the more preparation work you do, the better your shave comes out. It's kind of like painting. It's all in the prep work. So towards the end of my lather, we're going to go ahead and just kind of smooth this out. Make sure it's nice and even. And I've talked about it many times, but you know your lather is ready to go when you start seeing that little bit of that crest and the little peaks to your lather. So I'm going to start with the old 37C here, the classic modern made slant bar razor. I'm just going to kind of do one quadrant of my face at a time, kind of describe the differences here. So here it goes. Here goes nothing, guys. Oh yeah. With that Rapira and a good slant bar razor, man, that one pass goes right through it. If you guys saw, I had about 3 days of stubble that had been growing out, much to the comments of some of our customers the last few days asking me why I'm not shaving. But you know, sometimes you gotta grow the hair out if you're gonna do a video. This is great. I am loving this. It's very easy, very little resistance, as a slant bar design kind of is supposed to do, is really reduce the amount of friction and pull and drag. And so if you're someone with sensitive skin, that one pass will just deliver such a great shave right off the bat that you don't really need to go back. That's actually the original reason I chose a slant bar years ago, was to make sure that if I was going to do that one pass shave, I got a really close shave. So I just did this cheek here, and yeah, I'm just thrilled with that. Very, very nice. Very close and very comfortable. I'm going to now switch it up. We're going to go with another modern made, and I'm going to use the new Icon DLC slant bar razor for my other side of my cheek. So let's go ahead and give that one a go. Now I had to kind of adjust my angle. I think that Greg at Icon Razors, when he made this, kind of did go with a little bit more of a slanted design. Very modern in that sense. So I'm cleaning up this area here in my cheek, and it's going very well. I just had to adjust my angle there slightly with that first pass. Just needs a little bit more angle than usual. And very close and very comfortable. If I feel the difference in my cheeks here, I would say the Icon is a little bit more aggressive, but just a little bit. Still extremely comfortable. And if you fear that you can't shape any of your facial hair, fear not, that you can still kind of get around some of these tight areas. So we got that, both my cheeks kind of done now. I think that this, comparing it to the regular 37C, I would say it's just a slight more aggressive. So now we're going to go old school and grab my trusty old Hofferts that I used to use years ago and give this lower neck area a go. Not bad. Just the way I remember it. Much more similar to the desired angle as the 37. I would say this is actually a little bit more mild than the 37. Just by a hair. Definitely takes just a little bit more work to get through my beard. but it's still an extremely efficient cutter. So if you kind of want more of a slant bar that has that efficiency but may not be as aggressive, perhaps consider one of these vintage ones. They seem to pack the punch without being overly aggressive. Yeah. I'm going to actually switch gears here and kind of go back to this. Finish up my neck area and just kind of compare. Yeah, now that I'm feeling the difference between the Hofritz and the Merkur, definitely feeling it, especially in my neck area. It's a little more aggressive with the Merkur. Oh, I've got myself a little nick right there. And as I've talked to you guys about it before, if you get a little small nick during your shave, you know, yep, I got a small nick there on the side. I felt it when I switched back to that Merkur. I think I just didn't respect the angle just perfectly. Got a small nick there. But you get a small nick during your shave, don't worry about it, you know. Just deal with it when you're done. It's always been my strategy. I think I'm wrapping up. I think I just need kind of a cold water splash now. But I can overall say that all three live up to their name as a slant bar razor. They all have that cut to them that's definitely super smooth, and with a moderately aggressive blade, I think you can get a very close shave. Yeah, this is really nice. I had, like you guys saw, 3 days of stubble to go through. And I'm just going to finish off. I always like that cold water splash with a little bit of some Parasso Aftershave Balm without alcohol. This is their non-alcohol formula, part of their anti-irritation sensitive skin line. One of my favorite products. It's a really nice, easygoing smell. Doesn't really leave you feeling perfumey or greasy. If you are someone that has more of that sensitive skin but coarse beard, kind of like I do. I have a very coarse European beard, but also kind of very light, sensitive skin. I think a slant bar works great for that. It's really what it's designed for, especially with that one pass shave with a good razor blade. And if you like a little bit more of an aggressive touch to it, definitely with this Icon razor that's out now, solid stainless steel, DLC coated, awesome engineering, love it. And if you kind of want to just bring it back a notch, the vintage Palmcos, Kohl's, Hofritz, these are all great options, and you can find them. We sometimes have them available on our site, and you can also find them on the various boards and eBay, and maybe even out in the wild. So I hope today's video has been educational, showing the difference with these slants in our Slant Showdown. And so guys, just stay subscribed to our YouTube channel for more education. And thanks so much for watching today, and we'll keep you guys posted with all things wet shaving. Have a great one.